Okay. In this demo, we're going to show you how to set up HTTPS access to your shared bucket website. I don't know if you noticed that during the previous demos, but the website that we actually created was using HTTP only, and it would not be possible to use your own HTTPS certificate to do HTTPS websites that way. So in Google Cloud Storage or in Google Cloud Platform in general, we need to do something different. So what we need to do is we need to set up a load balancer in front of our bucket website. And then that's where we can do the SSL certificate. And that's where Google Cloud will then basically decrypt all of the communications and then use HTTP to get the actual content and then encrypt it again for the end user connection. So this is not really part of this course. This is more a, I guess, Google Cloud Platform networking thingy. But as a lot of you might be interested in running your own website, and as it is best practice to do that using HTTPS, why don't we take a look at how that will work? So what we need to find here is first a load balancer. And that's available here under load balancing. And then we can just create a load balancer. And what we're going to do is we're going to use HTTPS load balancing. Start configuration. And I want to have it internet facing. And I could do advanced traffic management. Don't really need that. Just the classic one is going to be fine for us. We need to give it a name. My website load balancer. And then you can see that we're here in the load balancer configuration wizard, where we need to start off by doing a backend configuration. So here you can see that there are ready-made selections for backend services. And what we want to do here is we want to create a backend bucket. And we can call this website bucket. And it's going to be backed by a specific cloud storage bucket, which is going to be the one that we created for our website. Now, we can also use CDN here, right? That's totally okay. That way we might get better latency or lower latency for customers that are not in the Finland region, right? Remember, this storage bucket was in Finland. Additionally, this might get cheaper transfer cost-wise for us, as if people are accessing the CDN network, the charges are going to be lower than if they do long-range access to our storage bucket instead, right? So this might be something that we might want to do in practice, but again, you will need to do the math yourself, whether it makes sense or not. For this demo's purpose, I'm not going to use CDN. And then we just use create. And then we've automatically kind of done everything, right? So we can take a look at the host and path rules here. It's just as simple. Everything goes to the website bucket. There's nothing weird here. Additionally, we can configure the front end. So what we want to do here is we want to use HTTPS. And then we want to create an IP address, right? My website IP is what we want to have. And again, if you ever remove this forwarding rule, then note that this IP address will be chargeable. But as long as you use it, a static IP address is free. Use 443. And then for the certificate, we're going to need to create a new certificate. This is my website SSL. I'm going to create a Google managed certificate for the domain demo.deepdives-eu. We could add more domains to the same certificate, but for our purposes, that's not required. And the certificate is creating, and it has now been created. We can click on. We could also enable HTTP to HTTPS redirect. Makes sense. And then done. There we go. That's taken care of. Then we need to review and finalize. Just the front end is HTTPS. It's using a certificate. And then everything goes to the website bucket. And that's our storage bucket over here. No CDN enabled. Looks right. There we go. So now that's getting created. This will take a couple of minutes. Once this is created, then you might want to add an A record for your domain name to point to the load balancer IP. So this is going to take a while. So we're going to see how that works in just a few seconds. And now the load balancer has been created. The IP address it's using can be seen over here. So this is what you're supposed to point your A record to. And let's see if that's already propagated. Demo.deepdives-eu. It's still giving us an HTTP option. If we try to get on port 443. Yeah. SSL version or cipher mismatch. The reason for this might be because the certificate is not yet created. So let's just take a look over here. It is in use. It is provisioning. There we go. Yeah. So this takes a while. Could take up to an hour. Unfortunately, I can't really wait for that long, but I hope that you believe me that now that we've set the HTTPS prefix to demo.deepdives-eu, it actually did go to the IP address. I could try to do that via the IP directly as well. I don't know if that works. Let's see. Yeah, same thing comes back. So the certificate isn't ready yet, and that's the problem here. But yeah, believe me that in an hour it'll work. I'm now going to delete them. First, delete the load balancer. And here I can also delete the certificate. Perfect. Again, this is going to take a while. Well, we have this rule as well that we don't need anymore. And then we should be able to, yeah, now we can also release that address. Here we go. So that's taken care of. See you in the next module.